Welcome to the Steelers Realm Podcast. And now, here are the boys of Steelers Realm.
Hey, what's going on, Steeler Nation? Welcome back to another episode. It's Steelers Realm Podcast, like we always do here. I'm one of your hosts, JT, and, we've got a great show planned for you tonight and a very special guest reappearing on the show. But in the meantime, the producers are with me, hanging out, making sure we do things the right way in the background. What's going on, buddy? Welcome in.
What's up? It's been a while, man.
Yeah, it has. But glad to have you here. TA out, I think he's down south across the border.
Mexico?
I think he is, or New Mexico, one of them, Old Mexico or New Mexico. But anyhow, man, he misses out on the excitement because it's my pleasure to bring back a friend of the show, good friend, and former Steeler player, among other teams, Mr. Randy Fuller. Welcome, Randy.
Hey, Randy.
Hey, Randy. Got you, buddy. I wonder if he's got us muted. Anyhow, he'll pick it up. Hey, man, welcome to the show, Randy.
Yeah, it's muted. Probably.
Must be ready. All right, we're good to go. All right, so he's in Lowe's parking lot, man. Before he's got some running to do, and before he does, though, he promised he'd jump on there. So as soon as we got it, good to go, Randy.
We're happy to have him.
There he is. Mr. Fuller, you with us now? There he is. Can't hear you. Must got muted again.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, that's all right. Can't hear you, Randy.
Yeah.
There. Sometimes on the phone it's tough. Not yet.
Well,
yeah. Well, hey, let's talk a little bit. I mean, big news we're going to get into. Also, just a quick minute to say, there he's going to jump back in.
Okay.
There he is, Mr. Randy Fuller. Welcome,
yes,
sir.
Yep, we can hear you now.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. So
sorry, we weren't hearing you before, but welcome to the show again, man. It's good to see you. It's been a long time.
Yeah, thanks. It's been way too long. Missed talking Steeler football, so I'm glad you guys was able to reach out to me, and I'm glad I had the time to join in.
Always appreciate your insight too. And like I was saying before we went on, man, I've been dying to just get your thoughts on how the rest of the end of the season transpired, and then of course, like, what's going on now and where's this team headed? I mean, obviously, big signing, DK Metcalf. Right. But I mean, before that, what happened to this team, man? How'd they fall apart like that in the end? Where do you go from there, dude?
Well, look, I was at the Cleveland game, the last game they won before they went downhill. The energy was hype. Everybody was excited. But what I saw even at that game was we had major protection issues. I felt like either quarterback was capable of doing what they needed to do, but if they were not protected, we were going to have a hard time down the stretch. When I looked at that, the opponents that we had left, I was definitely worried. I thought that we could probably squeeze out 2 of those games. I was hoping that Kansas City would be so far ahead that they wouldn't have to play Patrick Mahomes Christmas Day. So I counted that as a win. And, so we just didn't have protection issues. I mean, obviously we had some other issues, but the main thing was, as we're leading up to where we are now, is it really, I mean, it'd be great to have the quarterbacks they're talking about, but if we don't shore up that line, that offensive line, then it's going to be another long season. It doesn't matter how many weapons we have on the outside.
Hmm.
So, I mean, obviously we had some other issues, but the main thing was, as we're leading up to where we are now, is it really, I mean, it'd be great to have the quarterbacks they're talking about, but if we don't shore up that line, that offensive line, then it's going to be another long season. It doesn't matter how many weapons we have on the outside.
Well, you're definitely right. O-line matters more than, even if we get all the weapons of the world, it won't matter if we don't have time to throw it to them.
Well, you could just see the impact that a strong front offensive and defensive line in the Eagles. I mean, you could just see the difference. I mean, they're like night and day compared to a lot of teams almost. They're all NFL players and they're all big and strong and everything, but my God, they just seems like they assembled a great mass on both sides of the line in this run to the Super Bowl. So, yeah.
Absolutely.
So you think
Yeah,
we'll
they,
address that in the draft early? You think we'll continue to draft linemen early rounds?
Well, I hope that seeing that Coach Tomlin and Mr. Khan was down at the University of Georgia this past week, I'm hoping that that's a sign that we can take some of those Georgia defensive linemen that's available. Like you said, Philadelphia has. I mean, it really looked like we saw an SEC championship team out there playing in the Super Bowl. I mean, if you get that many 5-stars on one defense, I mean, you can't help but have success. So Philly did a great job of assembling that team. All the players played well. So I'm hoping that we do take a page out of their book. And there are a lot of good players in every conference, but those Georgia players seem to show up on the next level more than often. So I hope that's the case.
Well, and they're probably going to switch some things around again. Probably going to move Jones over to his natural left side.
Yeah.
Faltano on the right side. So I don't know, but
Right.
in the meantime, we got Dan Moore gone. James Daniels most likely gone, right?
Yeah, he's already gone.
Yeah, and so who
Yeah.
was it? McCullough from last year kind of filled in admirably. Probably has that spot, but we need depth.
Well, we need a lot of depth. I mean, we saw in preseason, remember? We had 2 guys that, we benched them. We were not expecting them to play. And then all of a sudden we had injuries. And then everybody we benched had to play. So realistically, what we got on the front half of the season was bonus. I mean, we were not supposed to be able to accomplish what we did with that offensive line in the beginning of the season. So I think that's the most important thing we have to address on both sides, offense and defense of line. I think the skill position outside of that are very talented enough to win ball games, but we have to address the line. It starts in the trenches, it ends in the trenches.
No doubt. Yeah, we were talking to Rob King, the new Steelers radio announcer. Well, it's called audio announcer because they're streaming too. But we were talking to Rob, and he was very optimistic about the Steelers going into this year. Now, I'm not sure if he was, and when he was on, he was under the impression that the Steelers were going to keep one or the other of the 2 quarterbacks that were currently on the team. Getting to look like neither of that might even happen. I mean, what are your thoughts on a QB position moving forward? We haven't got any word yet. Some of these guys that are all over who they're talking about are visiting other teams, including the Browns or the Jets or the Giants or whatever. So, I mean, what do you see happening, man? You got any insight? Got any friends out there that are kind of feeding you some good stuff?
I mean, we obviously already lost Fields. Russell is visiting teams, but still unsigned. If we did make an offer to Roger, he has not made a decision. And I think Kirk Cousins the Falcons are not just super open to getting rid of him, but those are the possibilities that I hear so far. So with that being said, I think I really believe with protection, if we did decide to bring Russell back, I think we can have better results with protection. Because whoever, whether it's Russell or Rodgers, I mean, these are old men who you have to protect in order for them to accomplish what they need to accomplish. And even not moving the way he was moving before the Achilles injury. So all the guys we're talking about bringing in, I mean, you have to fortify the protection for them to be able to accomplish what they need to. Now, the good thing is that we know teams who were doubling Pickens now having Metcalf, we know that they're not going to be able to double both of them. So that, I like 50-50 balls with either one of those guys. So that'll be good. But quarterback wise, I still think we should draft one. I would love to trade up and get the kid from Ole Miss. Would be incredible. That's the franchise changing type of quarterback is what we need. And I know Ryan Clark always talk about, unfortunately, we have not had the kind of losing season to be able to get a
Right.
guy that high. And the one time that we were is when Coach Cowher and the team didn't do well, and we were able to get Big Ben. And so we don't want it. I know fans, even though they're saying we haven't won a playoff games, I mean, being a former player in the league, do you understand that it's not even a guarantee to get to the playoffs? Now, I got to the playoffs 5 out of 6 years. I got to 2 Super Bowls. But I got friends and teammates from other teams that did not even smell the playoffs, yet alone a Super Bowl. So I know that Coach Tomlin is doing a great job with what he's had to work with. But, it's 2 things I told you on the show before that we didn't take care of. It took us I still to this day say we never replaced Casey Hampton.
Right.
And we have not been able to replace him yet.
Who else? Ben. Yeah.
Yeah. Ross is.
Well, I think the closest we came for a long time was Jason Hargrave. And I mean, known as the grave digger at one point in time. And then, just about that time, it's just a casualty of the cap and a number of different players. But yeah, I mean, it's been a long time. I remember Casey Hampton, man, was just clogging up blockers and doing his job.
Yes.
Every once in a while, he'd squirt through and get a sack, but God, he was fun to watch.
He was a beast.
Oh, he was. He was a machine.
Yeah. Remember, so I automatically think about Joel Steed, and I think about Casey Hampton, and I think, man, we had a drop off.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I'd love to shore that other side of the defense, the middle of the defensive line up some. Hopefully that would help our run defense game. Yeah, it's been tough. So what do you think of this trade, man? The Metcalf trade. Do we have our number 2 receiver now?
He might be the number 1 receiver. I mean, that's a big splash.
How do you think George Pickens will take that? This could be.
Been asking.
This could be that. Yeah, this could be the year whether, he all of a sudden he finds his rhythm and, a little bit of maturity and can keep things in check. Or, maybe not. Who knows? Who knows? But this is kind of the year to do it. This is the year to put on film, right, Randy?
Yep, this is the year for him.
Yeah, I would say. All right. So let's talk about some other signings. I'm not sure, Randy. I don't think we're hearing you, man.
We lost him.
Yeah, we lost audio again.
But we can talk about some of the additions real quick if you want.
Yeah, let's do that. Hey, I want to get while we hopefully we get Randy back. Let me throw this out here. We were recently got rated on FeedSpot. We currently, dude, we're sitting in number 9 position right now. I don't mean to cover Randy up there, but there's a screenshot of this sitting at number 9 Steeler podcast. Go. Yeah, man, loving that.
We're up with the big guys.
Yeah. Yep. All right. How do I take this off again? Here we go. All right, Randy, still there? I'm not hearing you, man.
Yeah, we lost you again.
Yeah. That's probably tough on the phone.
Yeah, he said he's at Lowe's or something.
Yeah, waiting to go into Lowe's. So, all right. So, Darius Slay. Let's talk about Slay. Not hearing you, Randy. I don't know if you can hear us.
Yeah, well, I like the Slay edition myself. Let's see.
All right, there
He's back now.
Okay, did you get any of that?
No,
no,
it didn't actually.
sorry, cut out again, man.
You're cutting.
Sorry.
Man. All right, how much did you get? Did you get any of it?
Not
Nah,
much.
man.
Oh my goodness.
We can hear your beautiful voice there.
Oh my God. Okay. So what I was saying is this moment reminds me of the time when I was with the Atlanta Falcons and we played the Minnesota Vikings in the NFC Championship. So we had Randy Moss on one side and Chris Carter and Jake Reed. I mean, they had super talent on that field, and we had to make a decision. Who are we going to take away? So we chose to take away Randy Moss, and we put a corner in front of him and a safety over the top. And then I had to cover Chris Carter in the slot by myself. And then we had Ray Buchanan on the backside receiver by himself, and then one safety in the middle of the field. So that strategy, now we ended up winning that game, but it was extremely tough. But I think that's what we're going to be able to do to some teams if we, once we get this offense rolling.
Sure will be nice to see, the ball getting spread out a little bit. I mean, this whole quarterback up in the air situation is just kind of has everybody puzzled, man. Nobody even seems to know which way they're going or what's what and who's waiting on who. It's just, it seems like it gets crazier and crazier every year, man. I don't know what you think. But yeah, player movement too. I mean, we have other free agents that are still there. How about Najee going to San Diego?
Oh man, hated to lose him. One of my favorite players in the organization. Been a class act since he's been there. And
He has durability too.
but
Durable.
yeah, but I'm excited for him. I'm excited for him to have a fresh start somewhere else, and maybe he can reach the goals that he has set for himself, being at a different team. And he's one of our favorites, so it's not a bad thing. We're all just cheering for him to do well wherever he goes, and hopefully we don't have to see him in the playoffs and he makes a play on us.
Yeah. What's it like going up against a team that let you go?
Oh, well, if you win, it's great. If you lose, not so pleasant.
Yeah.
Obviously, I was a victim of that twice where, I think it was 97. We gave away, I'm going to say we gave away the 97 AFC Championship to the Denver Broncos when they went to their first Super Bowl when they won their first Super Bowl. So obviously we had played Denver, 2 weeks prior to that at the end of the regular season, and we beat them. And I was like, man, I know this team, and it's hard to beat them twice. And sure enough, we literally gave the game away, and it just hurt. All of my friends was on that team. That's the team that drafted me. So that one hurt. That was not fun. Wasn't pretty. So fast forward, I end up with the Falcons in 98. And who were we playing? The Denver Broncos in the Super Bowl. Oh, my goodness. So literally, I mean, lost the Super Bowl to them. And I'm still friends with those guys, but it definitely changed after they beat me twice. I mean, I used to love them, but now I just like them.
Did they rub your face in it?
What do you mean? I have to rub a face when they turned that ring around and I saw those diamonds. I was like, oh. Yeah.
Tough, man.
Look, I took my rings off and just took them away. Like, yeah.
Good stuff, man. Thanks for sharing that. So yeah, we were talking Darius Slay. We're kind of like, what are your thoughts on him?
Yeah, that was huge. I mean, he's a player. I don't really look at the age. I just know that he played really well last year or this past season they helped the Eagles win the Super Bowl. And it was funny because I walked into the office with my coworker, and I was like, man, it'd be great if we can get Darius Slay. And he was like, you don't know yet, do you? I was like, what? What are you talking about? He pulls it up and the Steelers signed Darius Slay. I was like, oh my God. So
nice.
Definitely excited and pumped up about having Darius Slay. So Yeah, I think that was a great pickup, and I think we're going to do some great things with that.
Well, and that was another position that we were looking to pair Joey Porter Jr. with another shutdown corner. And, hopefully it made some progress on that. Now, I know they're really hot on Corey Trice, too. Maybe this would be a year that he kind of steps up and fills in more, gets some more snaps, too.
Right.
But, yeah, man. And what, some Ravens linebacker? Did we sign another Ravens linebacker? Produce, do you have anything on that?
Oh, hey, we sign players. I don't care what team they come from. I mean, it's important to have players that fits the Steelers organization, and that's going to play hard. So, in a sense, what better player to get when you get a rival opponent, and he's going to play hard for that team? We know that they're going to play their heart out. We don't have to question that.
Oh, yeah. He gets to face his ex-team twice a year.
Yes, twice a year.
No
So,
doubt. Yeah. Ask
so
Patrick Queen about that. What he thinks
yeah,
about that, being on both sides of that.
man, that was a tough one for him, having to go against Derrick Henry twice. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's all great until they get a Derrick Henry in the backfield.
Oh, yeah.
This grown man was taking names all year against
Right.
every opponent because I've followed Derrick because I lived in Nashville for 12 years, so I followed the Titans. And in the past, every time we played them, we did a great job against Derrick Henry in Tennessee. But man, this past year, he took it to another level. So
Yeah, he
have
really
to,
did.
yeah. So we're
Well,
gonna have to get some big boys up front.
yeah. And I think also having Lamar Jackson back there too is an option that you've got to account for, right? That
Yeah.
certainly loosens things up a little bit when you got to account for him and you got to account for the King coming through there too. He gets a head of steam going.
Yeah, definitely. See, I'm still upset the day that the Ravens drafted Lamar Jackson. Now, if you can rewind the tape, you can find me somewhere cursing because I'm pissed that he went to the Ravens. He could have gone. He could have gone anywhere else, but I did
I was
not.
pissed too.
I did not want him in the division at all. The same with Burrow, and we got to get us one of them. We have to get us a legitimate quarterback that other teams fear, and that's what we haven't had in a long time.
Well, it's just starting to remind me of the '80s, man. How we were just going through the Kent Grahams and the Mike
Right.
Tomzaks and
Yeah.
all those guys until we found, Neil got us to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Just the number of guys. Yeah, right.
Too many to remember.
Yeah. That was a top defense, but we had great talent in the receiver core, so that's why this could be good because with Yancey Thigpen and Andre Haston and Ernie Mills, I mean Charles Johnson, we had a receiving core that made not that Neil was, I would say, an average quarterback, and he played extremely well that season. So that's what the receiver core can elevate the receiver. But we also had a heck of a line that protected Neil, and we had two great running backs during that time. So all of that is a fact. It is a team sport. I'm saying we need a trigger man, but it is a team sport.
No doubt. So, where do you think Steelers go for this year? You got any predictions yet, or is that still up in the air with quarterback position? What do you see them doing? Think even though maybe Russ comes back, let's say one of those two or Rodgers, we got Mason as a backup now, who's
Right.
we're familiar with.
Yeah. I mean, it's just hard to say. I mean, I think it'll probably be Rodgers. I think he'll come around. I think he always does this every time, where he lets the team linger on a little bit. And again, I think his arm strength is still there. I think his quarterback intellect is there. Same with Russ. But I'm always going to go back to fortifying the offensive line. So I would love to get an offensive lineman first, to be honest. I'm all about line. Finding us a free agent quarterback, but draft 3 offensive line, 3 defensive linemen. I'll be happy with it.
It'd be good with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, history will tell you that one of those guys is going to get hurt.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to get hurt. Multiple guys are going to get hurt. You've got to have that steady flow of new, fresh players coming in, filling roles, taking some snaps, and being able to, next guy up, like they always said. I think we lost him again.
No, here.
Oh, there you are. Okay.
Come.
Just lost your video.
Oh.
There, he's back. He's back.
Oh yeah. So yeah. So we're I don't know. I mean, I know everybody's ready for it. I mean, everybody's watching the ticker every day, waiting for that announcement to come through that Steelers sign whoever it is. So yeah, we're just ready to know who the trigger man. Now, I mean, we can just go with somebody, and I know this is not a rebuilding year, but go with whoever we're going to go with, and then if we can get a quarterback in next year's draft because we get the pick higher, I'm okay with that too. I just want it. I want that part to stop. I don't want that to be the issue.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be we don't have a quarterback. It could be other things, but not a quarterback.
Oh, well, I think overall history shows that, you just need that franchise quarterback leading the way. And it's kind of like hitting the right combination of the right players at the right age at the right time, man. It's certainly a chess game on that. Well, we don't want to hold you up any longer, man. We appreciate any time you can give us.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
we appreciate you.
So,
I appreciate you guys having me on, man. I enjoyed it, and we'll do it again. So just let me know when you guys are ready, and I'll jump right back on.
That sounds great. Hey, before you go, can you do us a favor? And we've never gotten a plug from you yet. Can you give us a plug, a Steelers Run plug?
Hey, this is Randy Fuller, number 29, your favorite Steeler, but I wouldn't be your favorite without the great Steeler Ram doing their thing. Peace.
Yeah, great.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Love it. I love it, man. Hey,
Amazing.
good to see you again, buddy. Hope you're doing well.
Absolutely. All is well. No complaints.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Hey, anytime you want to record a little audio clip and have us give you a plug for anything, let us know, man. Or shoot it over, whatever.
Okay.
I'd be happy to put the weekly Randy Fuller segment thoughts in there.
All right. Well, let's talk about that. We'll jump on that.
All right. Yeah, that way you can do it at your own time and don't have to worry about it and throw it in, man. We'll feature you every week.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I appreciate you guys. Keep up the incredible work and keep us informed. And most importantly, go out and get us a QB.
Get a QB. Thanks, Randy.
Get a QBR.
All right.
See you later. Yeah, man. I mean, that's a pressing issue right now. We're just like this, and then this Mason Rudolph comes through. News today. I'm like, what are we doing? I think I even messaged a couple guys. I messaged Rob King. I'm like, what are the Steelers doing?
I was waiting for a quarterback, and then I go to check who we got. And it's Mason Rudolph. Like, what
still
the heck?
with it. So, hey, we got to tender up to Jalen Warren. Teams can match it, but teams can make an offer. Steelers have the right to match it. So I think it's pretty safe to say he's going to be with us. We picked up Gainwell as a power back replacement for Naj. So we get the 1-2 punch. I'm still a little surprised. I think they'll probably pick one up in the draft.
Probably, yeah.
Through the draft before it's all said and done. Another depth linebacker. Now, is he Raven too? Malik
Harrison. That was the one you mentioned.
Okay. All right. And then, Eccles. Yeah. Brandon Eccles.
Backup cornerback of the Jets.
Depth quarterback. I mean, you never have too many. I saw where Slave signed, so he's official now. Who else? I'm missing something else.
I think that's it. Right?
That's about it. I mean, they made a deal with Mason. I don't know.
Well, Metcalf took up all our money pretty much. So what can you expect?
They got money, and there's still some restructuring to do.
Yeah.
Then we have some of the a graphic on. Yeah, here they are.
Oh, here we
Free
go.
agents. My God, I can't even see that. There's so many on there. Let me go full screen, see if we can kind of read along with them. Well, we got some work to do. Let's just put it that way. I'm sure a lot of these guys. How about Skoranek?
I'd love to bring him back. He was a good blocker, man.
Me too. Ryan McCollum, Jalen Warren. Yeah, man. They got their work cut out for him. That's for sure. So, but hey, we wanted to just jump on here, guys, and just chat about the goings on. I know we've been off for a couple weeks. We appreciate your patience. We appreciate you jumping back on with us too. Let me get out of this here.
Yeah, we're still waiting on to figure out who our quarterback will be, but
yeah, as soon as we figure that out, I mean, yeah. But hey, we'll be back. TA will be back next week from New Mexico or Arizona or
Mexico, some South America,
Mexico, somewhere.
He is.
They bring his hombre ass back. Yeah, freight train must be out in the rails somewhere, man. He's going to try to get on tonight, but we'll get those guys back on. And by the way, you listeners out there who tuning in, always feel free to jump in there. Go to our YouTube channel, Steelers Realm on YouTube. Subscribe, help us out, share. We need some followers because we want to start doing some other stuff there. And check out our posts there. But anyhow, one quickie before we go. Don't forget about the gala. It's coming up April 12th at 6:00 here in IUP at the the Ohio Room. A great way to support some disadvantaged African students trying to make their way through the education process, get a decent education, and even some of them come here. Good friend of ours, we were able to connect with Denzel, spearheading that behind his Brighter Tomorrow organization. So, and guest speaker Rocky Blyer is going to be there. So mark it down. Tickets are only $49 a head. And you get a chance to bid on some great door prizes and maybe catch Rocky. He's a great speaker too. If you've never heard him speak, check out some of his podcasts and posts out there too. Very inspirational. Still got it together. So great guy to go see. All right, man. That's all I got. Producer.
Yep,
Thanks for producing once again, my man.
Yep.
Have a great weekend, and we'll catch you later. Get this weekend off, by the way.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, me too. Saturday and Sunday.
Ooh, lucky you.
And get off early tomorrow, too. So
fun weekend.
Yeah, I've got the barbecue all queued up, ready to go, man.
So. It's like 70s here.
Yeah. I've been in shorts the last 2 days, showing off those legs. All right, Steeler Nation producer. Thanks, brother.
Have a good night.
Have a good one, everybody. Careful in the hot tub. We will see you next time, as we always say.
Check back next week into the Steelers Realm.